Hello.
Hi.
Let's hope it's all going well. Everybody let me know if it's going well. If you know you can see us and hear us and the video came up and all that stuff.
I mean, I can see us, so.
That's a good start. Yeah. So, hey, how are you?
Good. Taking a break in the middle of the day, my work day to be here, so excited about that.
That's awesome. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much for offering to keep me company.
Yeah, oh, you're welcome. I didn't want you to feel lonely, so. And I need to get some writing in anyway, so this is a nice little.
That's good. What's you working on today then?
Today, I am actually writing my climax of my work in progress. I'm sprinting towards the finish line.
That is so exciting.
I know, I can't wait. I have it all mapped out. It's all outlined. It's ready to be written. So choreographed, if you will. I'm very excited about it.
That's very cool.
Yeah. What about you? What you got going on?
I am doing something new because where's the fun in actually finishing a book, right?
Oh my God. Did you start another new project?
Yes, because I'm having needs to finish something, so I'm going to write a short, like a novella, and I've decided I'm going to write like a series of those. And so, hi Greg and bye Greg. So yeah.
Are you
so I've got the first one. Sorry, what?
Are you writing in the same genre? Are you picking something different?
I'm gonna do some just paranormal romance.
Okay.
So,
like contemporary paranormal romance?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. I like that. I'll read that. That's a good genre.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to do some short ones. So I'm aiming for like 15 to 25,000 words, depending on how it works out. Yeah, and I've got my first one all actually plotted out, so I know what I'm writing. So yeah, I did plotting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Good. So that's what you're working on today?
Yeah. How about everyone else? What are you all working on? I can see we have Easy Graphics here for a while. And there we go. And I'm just getting used to clicking on all the comments so that they come up. And we have Morningstar. Hi, Morningstar.
Z is actually here.
No, that is me when I post. Oh. Yeah.
I was like, wow, she's so alert after her surgery. That's impressive.
That would be very impressive, but sadly not, no. Greg Inc. was here briefly, and we have Jocelyn here working on her work in progress, and Wayne Blinko is going to be doing a short story. Nice to see you all. And we have Ali Alexis Briggs here. Nice to see you. And I hope I didn't miss anyone.
Morningstar's here. I feel like I saw what she said what she was going to be working on. Maybe.
We have My Atlantic Teacher Life. Hi, Kerry.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear more about what the plot of this is, especially since you've actually plotted it out. So you're gonna have to maybe share it with us tonight on our plotting call.
Oh God, yes. I forgot.
Okay, well, if you show up to the plotting call, you'll have to tell us what it's about, so that you can, yeah. Easy Graphics. Yeah. Anyone done a press release for their book before? That's a good question.
I have not yet.
I have also not.
Anyone else?
I don't even think I've posted on Instagram yet.
Okay. Well, shall we jump into our first sprint?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. We will see you all back here in 20 minutes after our first sprint then. Now we just have to see if I can accomplish the videos correctly.
Click all the right buttons.
What would you like? Would you like romance, horror, or unicorns to start with?
I mean, let's go with unicorns. I feel like we usually start
Okay.
with unicorns anyway.
Good choice. I will see you all back here in 20 minutes then. Bye-bye.
Good luck, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. How did you?
I got 313 words, so not bad. I spent
Nice.
too much time agonizing over how I wanted to write text messages.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's good. How about you? How'd you do?
I got 111 words and spent too much time going, oh my gosh, have I pressed all the right buttons?
I mean, seems valid.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be really interested to see what you have to say about the difference between writing a novella versus writing a full-length novel, because I know you're working on both. I want to ask Z this
Yes.
question too at one point too, the difference between, how you approach writing them. And I know you're not usually a plotter, so I'm actually kind of surprised that you plotted this one out too. So
Yes, so was I.
Was the idea just that clear and that's why you plotted it out, or you wanted to just try it, see what happened?
It was pretty clear. Like it was a dream. Did I tell you I'd had the weird dream?
You didn't tell me what it was about, but you did say that you had a dream. You were fine.
Yeah.
It is on my level of having dreams to turn into books. That's great.
So it was literally just a scene from a dream that I had, and then it just kind of developed into an idea really, really easily. So, like, I had to add a couple of bits in for plotting, but most of it was kind of pretty much there. So that's nice. I really like that.
All the time. I've just never thought of turning them into novellas. Usually I just spin them up into a whole long book, or in my case, a trilogy. So.
Well, I'd gone to sleep the night before thinking about, like the day before, I decided I wanted to try just writing some short novellas and just getting stuff out and published, because this whole writing a book thing takes a long time, especially when I start halfway through and start something new. So
that certainly doesn't help. Yeah, you're right.
It really does not. So yeah, I went to bed with like two characters in my mind, and I dreamed up a whole completely different story. So
nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. This book that I'm currently writing is a dream that I had many years ago. And I just pulled it out of the ideas folder. Yeah. Jocelyn says dreams are the best ideas for stories, and I completely agree.
Did I tell you? I can't remember. I typed it out and then I'm not sure. I might have deleted it, about the terrifying dream I had last night.
No.
I had a terrifying dream last night, and I'm like, I could totally write that story, but I don't want to because it was terrifying. And if I write it as a story, it wouldn't, like in my dream, it was a ghost story. And in my dream, I fought back against the ghost. And I just know if I wrote that, it would come out wrong. And I would end up having not fought back against the ghost and thinking I was, well, actually, I was murdering all the people that I loved horribly. And so I don't want to write that story. But if anyone else would like it, I've got a free ghost story idea for anyone who would like it.
I say, that sounds good. I would read that. Trying to murder a ghost.
That was not a good dream.
I mean, you don't have to be Stephen King. I think that's fine.
Yeah. I don't want to be, but I'd like it if my dreams also knew that I didn't want to be.
You just want to not have the scary dreams altogether.
Yeah. So how did everyone else do on that sprint?
Yeah, tell us how you were doing. Jocelyn says this villain's physical description is a booger. Are you having trouble like describing what he looks like, or he looks like a booger? I could go either way, I feel like. I don't know. Somebody's writing about zombies, so.
Yeah, who was that? Ali Alexis Spriggs, who I think's already left, so we can't ask her anymore about it. I thought there were some more messages, but I can't find them now. So, yeah, let us know. Easy Graphics. How did you do that time?
Working on a short for one of his YouTube videos. I watch shorts sometimes on YouTube, and I always thought that people were pulling them out of a larger video, but he made it sound like he was recording specifically shorts. I'm just having trouble discovering what the villain looks like. I mean, at least he doesn't look like a booger. What? Let us know if we can help you with that, Jocelyn.
Easy Graphics recorded a short video.
Yes, it does. I mean, really, if you're going to write a zombie, it's like the perfect description, isn't it? If they're all green and gross looking.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Although I don't think Jocelyn is writing about zombies, so the two thoughts are unrelated.
Oh, hey, Morningstar. How did you do in that sprint?
Oh, okay. Specifically for short style.
Okay.
Is it harder or easier to do a really short video?
Like, how short is short? I like the ones that are like 2 minutes long, but full of really good information, because I hate watching videos.
Oh, I like them. I think they're 60 seconds. I think it's YouTube's response to
Okay.
So everybody's got one. This one's YouTube.
Yeah. I don't like when I'm looking for the answer to like a specific question and I come up with an hour-long video and I'm like, really, an hour? I don't have an hour to just sit here and watch you chat, people.
I have had that one happen. Usually my attention span for a video is like 10 minutes. 20 max, and if it's 20 minutes, I'm probably watching it on 1.5 speed.
Do you know, I forget that you can do that.
Yeah.
That would be so much. I've got to try and remember that, because that would really help.
It's the best way. If I'm going to listen to a podcast, which I don't do very often because I'm not really an oral only listener or learner, I will listen to it on like 1.5 speed too.
Yeah, I'm not. I prefer to read things than have them sound.
Yes, me too. Absolutely. Which is why I would love to do audiobooks. I feel like I would read so many more books if I could listen to audiobooks while I'm like, doing chores or walking or whatever. But I would literally forget every chapter and not know what was going on. For sure.
I can't focus attention on it. Like, I like background noise, but any noise is background noise to me.
Yes, unless I'm actively paying attention to it because there's a visual component. Easy. Yes, absolutely easy. We watch all of your videos, normal speed, to make sure you get all of the watch time you're entitled to, of course.
Oh, wait, so do they pay you? Do they pay you by time? Like, if someone does it at twice speed, do they pay you less?
I'm not sure. I don't publish anything on YouTube. But you'll have to tell us, Easy, if that's true. Oh, now you're going to make me feel I watch almost every video on YouTube at like 1.5 or double speed.
Do they not end up sounding like chipmunks?
They sound like they don't, like, their voice doesn't get higher. They just sound like they're not breathing, really, is what it ends up being like. I'm
going to try some. Like, I'm going to find the really long ones that are just boring and be like, double speed.
Sometimes double speed is too fast if they're like talking a lot. I'm not monetized. Oh, well, he doesn't know.
Oh.
Well, you'll have to find out. I'll feel bad. I still get served all the same number of ads, so I don't know if they pay them more or less based on like time watched, or if it's just the ad impressions. But sometimes it's too fast if they're talking, so we usually go like 1.5 speed. But it's funny because there are regular people that I will watch on 1.5 speed on a regular basis, and when their videos come on and I forget to change it, then you just sound like they're talking really slowly.
Yes, I can believe that.
I'm going to try that and I'll report back on Saturday for you,
Excellent.
whether you sound like a sexy chipmunk or not.
That's- Yeah, gotta know now. Well, shall we try another sprint?
Yes, let's do another one. Keep going.
Add to the word count.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right then. Romance or horror this time?
Let's do horror.
Okay.
In your dream.
Okay. In honor of my dream, horror it is. And we will see you all back here in 20 minutes. Good luck. Hello.
Hello. Can I
How
just?
did you do that time?
I got a nice round 350.
You rode nice around how many in 50?
350.
Nice job.
Thank you. So I have to confess that for a very long time, I thought the typing sounds at the beginning and end of this videos was just like Z getting started writing and going to turn her microphone off. So, I'm getting a peek behind the curtain over here today about all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did think that for quite a while, but no.
It took me a minute to catch on, but eventually I was like, oh, I was just on the video. So,
Yeah.
Sure. But how did you do?
I got 525 that time.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have 525 words in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I forget how fast of a writer you are when the idea is really flowing.
Yeah. So do I sometimes.
Inspiring. How did everybody else do?
Yeah, let us know. We've lost Easy Graphics. And I say lost, like he didn't slip behind the sofa. But... Oh, hang on. I have an interruption. What?
Do you know where my pad is?
Do I know where your pad is?
Yes.
Not a clue. Go and ask the baby.
I did that, and they said that he hasn't seen Sully with it anywhere, and I can't find it anywhere.
I don't have it up here. Bye. On YouTube. Be gone.
So my pad's lost. Then.
Okay, be gone. Go. Child trauma.
I'm honestly surprised there hasn't been a cat in this room so far. So
Yes.
usually there is. You're on video chat with me several times a week.
Yeah.
There's a cat somewhere in that.
I love your cats. They can become YouTube stars.
Now somebody in this house has to pay the bills. They might as well start contributing to all of that.
That's right.
How did everybody else do with that one? Tell us.
Doesn't look like Wayne did very much.
Jocelyn, how's your villain description coming?
Yeah. Who else is left? Morningstar, how did you do? Let us know. So, how's your climax going? That sounded wrong.
I was like, well, I'm resisting my basic urge to go somewhere else with that. I mean, so far so good. Can't really complain. It's good. I figured out, I don't know, what's the general consensus on how you put text messages into text?
I've seen people talking about this quite a bit on writer groups, and they've had different suggestions. I think Kristen did it with like name : message, and she did it in italics. I've seen some people talk about doing it so it's actually like left and right aligned alternately, like it would be.
I've seen it that way, yes. I just did italics with action tags because I think it's pretty clear who's who with the way that I wrote it. So I don't know. I guess my editor will tell me if it's not.
I don't think there's a style. I don't think there's an explicit style definition for it yet. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen one. I don't think CMOS has it.
I've seen it done all different ways because I've seen.
Yeah.
What is the one? Is it Red, White, and Royal Blue? They have a lot of conversations via text, and I can't remember, but I think they do something similar to the like left and right aligned. So, Jocelyn, Dylan's appearance is shaping up. Good.
Excellent. Morningstar took the dogs out. That's always good.
Less of a bother that way, I guess. Less interruptions.
Yeah. And she italicizes her text messages. Ooh.
So good.
Maybe in this book I'll have text messages and have to think about that.
Yeah, now you're contemporary with the rest of us. It's been so interesting. I was reading a book a couple weeks ago, from, I guess, rereading a book, and it was set in the early 2000s, I think it was when it was written in the early 2000s. The terminology and the technology very different then, and I was like, oh, that's so
Yes.
cool. No one really had personal. I mean, they had personal cell phones, but you didn't really do a lot of texting with them at the time. And so it was really funny to have them open up their flip phones and go to their web pages and all this kind of stuff. Their
Yeah.
big, heavy laptops. So
I don't know. I did a lot of texting in like 99 onwards. That was the era in the UK with packages where you could get unlimited text messages.
oh,
So
interesting. I didn't get
I
my
had
cell phone until I was a freshman in college. So was what, like 2005? And we did not have unlimited texting. I got in trouble for texting a boy too often. Our phone bill.
yeah, my friend I think got like a £200 phone bill because he just kept responding to my text messages, and I had unlimited texts and he did not. So that went well for him.
Yeah, that's not cheap. We have racked up like $300 on our phone bill in Texas.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
I remember just before that, you guys in America, you had like two-way pages, didn't you?
I think that was before my time, but yes, at one point we had two-way pagers.
Well, they didn't really have a thing for that here. They just had one-way pagers. So you had this device on which you could receive a message and not respond.
You had to like call a number or something.
You had to call a number and do your message on and I'm like, what is the point of that? And then I discovered that in America the pages went two ways, so you could type out your response. And I'm like, why would we not have that here?
There was a time though in America where there was just the one-way pager thing, and you got paged a number and you had to respond to it. And I don't know, that pagers are before me. There was never a point in my life where I was communicating with pagers. So someone will have to tell me, in America, did we have two-way pagers? Is that a thing that was normal? I didn't have one.
I had the one-way pager that we had here for like probably a year before I got my first mobile phone.
Yeah.
And
I
then
remember my dad
could communicate both ways, and like, why would I go back to the pager after that?
I mean, obviously. My dad had like one of those bagged car phones that you plugged into the cigarette lighter. He thought it was so cool. The cigarette lighter.
I believe my dad had one of those ones where it basically took a briefcase to carry the batteries when he was flying to the States for his job over so many, many years ago.
Wow. Yeah, the progression of technology is really funny. And I know that this is usually an interesting conversation in writing groups of how much technology do you include in your books so that you don't date yourself. But honestly, if you're writing contemporary anything, you kind of have to go with what normal, actual, real life looks like in terms of how people communicate. And I'm not writing letters or the phone super often. I'm probably going to text you if I have a question or I want to talk to you or I want to meet up or whatever. So it's always interesting to see how people interpret that.
I mean, there's definitely things to be said for not putting necessarily specific names in. Like, you don't necessarily say Instagram or YouTube or whatever, just generalized social media or something.
Yeah. But whenever I see a specific platform mentioned in a book, it always throws me a little bit because I always wonder if they're going to get in trouble for that. Even though I know that the name itself is fair use, but it just always, I'm always like, oh, right. Shout out to anyone who's ever used MySpace in a book, though, because now that's super dated.
Exactly. It's the thing, every time you want to write Facebook, just think, 10 years, MySpace, should we?
Yeah, exactly. Do I want to do that? Probably not. I like when
yeah.
What? I like when TV shows change the name of popular social media apps so that they don't use the name of it. There's
Yeah.
one TV show for a really long time. They called it Face Space. MySpace and Facebook had a baby, and that's what the TV show called it for a very long time. And I stopped watching it, so I don't know if they still use that now, but it was really funny to me.
You know what, though? It's going to get to like 10, 20 years' time, and people will watch that and be like, looking it up. Did that exist? Was that a real thing?
Right? I'll be watching reruns like 50 years from now, like, oh, was Face Space real? How could I've never heard of it?
Oh, like FaceSpace. Is that what everyone used in like the 2010s?
Oh, my heart. We're going to be so old one day. We're using technology that no longer exists. Oh.
Oh. Predate Wi-Fi, smartphones. Yeah, I predate those things too.
My flip phone was pretty durable. I threw it at the wall and did not break it once. So
Nice.
I think
They used to be a lot more durable than they are.
yeah, and can I just say that it is not satisfying to be arguing with someone on the phone and not be able to like snap your phone closed or slam it down into the receiver. Like it just, here's my phone. It's not satisfying to just like furiously tap the screen until you turn the phone off. It was not as fun. So
It's not. I loved my flip phone. I did. I really enjoyed the just.
yes.
And then
we
we had a new one years ago when I first started going out with my husband, and it shot out the bottom instead of like flipping properly, I think, but it was a whole keyboard.
It slid up to reveal a keyboard.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I had
That. I liked that one, but they didn't catch on, which we were very sad about. I think they were the first ones in the country that had wireless charging, and then it took like another 5 to 10 years before that's become like a common thing.
the wireless charging thing now. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite phone ever was my Razor flip phone. It was super thin and it was pink. So it was very about it. And I loved that thing. And then, but they were really flimsy, and I did eventually break that one because they were so thin. I did break it. But oh, I loved it so much. Weird.
I got one of the first like big screen phones that came out, and it arrived, and I went out to a club that night with it in my bag and a bottle of nail polish in my bag as well. And that was a really, really, really bad idea. And that was very badly.
Morningstar says, I use my phone to watch movies now. Same. Used to literally only be able to call people on them, and now I watch movies and I Google things, and it's so funny. This is during the pandemic, it's pretty much the only way that I've seen my sister's face because my sister lives very far away from me. So
Yeah.
Amazing.
I haven't even seen my sister's face. We haven't even called each other. Yeah. We are not very close as a family.
Oh, I'm not very close with the family, just with my sister. We talk all the time. I talk to my sister almost every day.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice. Not on the phone, just like in some form of communication. We talk to each other.
Yeah. I chat to mine approximately once a year, maybe a little bit more.
That is me and my brother. At Christmas, we acknowledge the other's existence. I'm really enjoying this conversation between Allie and Jocelyn in the chat about this cow and the babysitter who's getting turned into a zombie. So is this like a middle grade or an elementary grade book that you're writing, Allie? If the kid has a babysitter? I just have the one, but I would agree. Yes. YA.
I mean, who doesn't love zombies? Except when they're eating your brains, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always loved, she's 15 to 16. Okay. I always loved the different takes on zombies. One of my favorite zombie movies is, of course, now I'm not going to be able to think of the name for it. The one with Will Smith. I Am Legend. That one. That's one of my favorites.
Is that a zombie film? I'm not sure I've seen it.
I mean, I think technically they're vampires. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think they're zombies. They can't go out in the sun, which is like a very weird sort of Twilighty vampire thing about it. They only come out at night, but they definitely eat people. So, like, they bite you and you get infected, which is a very zombie thing, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
And
I think I just haven't seen it then.
and it's a virus that comes.
Okay.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good. Very actiony. Not super scary, in my opinion, but I like actual horror movies, so I might not be the best barometer for you on that. But
See, my husband also likes horror movies, and he is an absolutely terrible barometer for me. He's like, this isn't scary, and I'm like,
I have friends who will not. If I tell them something is not scary, they'll add, like, they have me rated on a scale of like 1 to 5 on how scary something is. And they don't trust me. They always add a star. They're like, if you say that it's a 3, it's probably a 4.5. So,
oh, it's good to know.
but I think that one's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it is more of a sci-fi. That's true. Yes. Yes, he's trying to cure whatever this thing is.
Okay.
Because it is a virus that was infecting people. And they were trying to, evacuate people and whatever. And yes.
Is that not one with robots? Weren't there robots?
That one is called iRobot, but it does also have Will Smith in it. But that one doesn't have a virus. It's just different.
So I Am Legend, iRobot, both Will Smith. They seem very similar to me.
The plots are very different, but the names are similar, I guess. Yes. He did. He was pretty much the only actor for most of it. I completely agree. I need Allie to weigh in on this. Why do zombies need to eat when they're dead?
Because they're undead.
Unless it's just, but like they don't need sustenance, or are they just eating because they have like a.
But they do need sustenance, because if they don't have sustenance, then they just die and decompose and cease to be a zombie.
We're already dead.
Yes, but they're moving around. They wouldn't be moving around if they didn't eat other people to maintain their fiction of life.
So they have to, but they're not metabolizing things, so it's not like they need the energy. Oh, they're spreading the virus. So that's funny.
No, but they actually eat people as well. Like they proper, well, it depends on your zombies, I suppose. But like there's plenty of zombies that full on rip people to pieces. That's not spreading the virus. That's just eating people.
That's true. It's not everyone that gets bitten, like with acid builds up when you're dead. Fine, whatever. Okay. So they're undead, which is now just makes the whole thing that much more confusing. They're not really dead, but they're dead.
Exactly. Like vampires, who are also apparently undead. Because they're dead people who aren't dead. I was looking up, I can't think why, but I was looking up about vampires and where vampires came from. And yeah, there's some good old history about vampires in the Middle Ages in Europe.
Really?
And, yeah, the number. Do you ever read Terry Pratchett?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't recommend all his books, but Carpe Jagulum, I really enjoy. It makes me laugh. And yeah, it's a good one of his books. And it goes into all the different ways that various countries consider you could kill a vampire. Now, I thought he had just come up with all these ways. It turns out, no, he's just the actual European countries back in like the 1500s, 12 to 1500s, had come up with so many different ways that you could kill a vampire. Like in Germany, you put a lemon in its mouth and a stake through its heart. And in other places, you know, salt in the mouth and
What does the lemon
carrots
do?
in
It just
both
like
ears.
physically, it just temporarily stuns them that you shoved a lemon in their face.
I don't know. No, you do this to the dead body in the grave because then it doesn't rise at night to come
Right.
back as a vampire, you see.
Okay. Lemon. Check.
But I like the quote from Buffy as well that I'm going to horrifically mangle, but it's like, we've still got some steaks left, and bonus, they work on everything.
I've never seen Buffy, but I feel like I would probably enjoy it. Sorry.
No. I mean, I've not seen a lot of things, so I really have no room to talk, but you should totally watch Buffy.
I have a friend who really loves it. He's telling me to watch it. Well,
Okay.
we want to do the last one?
Yeah, let's do the last one and I'll find out what it was my husband wanted.
Probably something about Bianca.
Yes, quite possibly. Okay. We will do the romance video.
Perfect.
Have a lovely sprint, everyone.
Good luck.
Oh,
Hi, sorry.
that's okay.
Distracted in the middle of a sentence. How did you do while I was checking my word count?
I got about 350 that time.
Nice. Ooh, wow, I did 484.
Oh, good job. See, you are so up there with the speed.
I'm getting back. There was a very long period of time where everything felt like such a slog. Every sprint, every 30 minutes was just, I was barely getting 200 words. And I was very annoyed with myself because usually I'm a much faster writer than that.
Yeah.
But I guess it ebbs and it flows. So
Yes.
try not to get too discouraged with my writing speed sometimes. But yeah.
Hi, SL Michaels. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, we're about to finish for the night.
About to hop off. I'm gonna go take a nap. Actually, before my evening meetings begin, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Fair enough.
For having me today. I was very honored that you asked if I would come on here. So
I was very grateful that you agreed to.
I was thinking this morning, I was like, what if I don't have anything to say? And then my best friend assured me that was a thing that would never happen to me. So she's like, I don't think that's going to be a problem for you. I was like, oh, thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment or what that's supposed to be, but you know.
It's definitely helpful to me.
Good, I'm glad. But yeah, we'll have to make sure that Z pops into the Facebook group and tells us how she's doing. So if you're not in the Facebook group, you should request to join. Get in there. Be part of all of the good discussions. Oh, so here's something I wanted to ask about today.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever been to InkCon? I keep getting Facebook ads for it. And I'm thinking about going because I keep getting different Facebook ads for it. Like they're cycling through all the different sessions that they have, but it's a fairly reasonable price for like 22 sessions or something like that.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever been before.
I know Z's going this year.
Yeah, she did say that. It's an early bird pricing right now. It's like $200 for 22 sessions. Wow, it's like less than $10 a session, isn't it? Yeah, $200 US, by the way.
Oh, well done, Wayne.
Good job. Nice. Well, I can't wait to hear about your short story. I hope or your novella. I hope you tell us about it tonight. Very exciting.
I will. Yes, I will remember to be awake tonight. What time are we doing that?
7 o'clock Eastern. So midnight for you.
So that's in like 2 and a bit hours, right?
Look at that. We did not pass the day without a cat.
Yay! Hello, Kitty.
We YouTube famous. Good for you. Pay some bills around here. I bought a robot vacuum several years ago, my first robot vacuum. And when I say that I was really trying to figure out how to get my cat to ride around on it so that I could go viral, I was really doing that, trying to get but they're both terrified of it, which is very annoying. So.
Yeah. Mine were never interested in ours.
So disappointing.
SL Michaels, I know exactly how you feel, although my nearly 3-year-old no longer naps for 2 hours most days. But he still stays awake till midnight.
Oh, jeez.
So
kids don't know how good they have it. I wish I could take a nap 2 hours every day.
I have gone through periods of time over the last year when I have done that. Yeah.
You had how many times? What did you say?
I've gone through periods of time over the last year when I have taken the 2-3 hour naps with my
I'm just
two
not
3 hour
I'm
naps.
not a very good napper. By the time I get to actually fall asleep, my nap time is over. So it really just turns into me like laying down, which I guess is not necessarily a bad thing,
Yeah, it's still good.
but you know, it turns into rest time rather than nap time, which I guess is fine.
Yeah.
I
It's just good to have quiet time.
I used to be a nanny for a kid though who took naps until she was like 5. So
That's awesome. My eldest dropped his naps at like 20 months old, something like that.
oh wow.
And that was not. And then my best friend at the time, her twins were still napping at 4. And I was like,
To be fair, her mom was kind of scary, so she didn't really have a choice in the nap. It was like she could go into her room alone with the lights off and sleep or lay there quietly in her bed for 2 hours. So she didn't nap the whole time, but she was in her room by herself
yeah,
from me when I was there and from her mother, more importantly, which is why I think her mom kept doing nap time until she went to school.
yeah.
Her mom was a very scary lady.
I feel like now I need to just be more scary with my children, and then maybe they'll give me 2 hours quiet time in the day.
I don't know. I feel like she was that scary from birth. I don't know if it works as well if you just try to slide it in there later.
Oh,
If
that's
you do,
nice.
report back. So let us know how it goes.
I will.
It's a status report in a few weeks.
Okay. Well, we will let you get on with your meetings.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I will attempt to, or let you get on with your nap. Yeah, I'll attempt to plan for this evening's plotting meeting.
And Z should be back on Saturday, right? There's sprint time.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is that?
Thanks.
What time is the Saturday sprint?
I'm really hoping it's midday because I can't do it earlier than that. So fingers crossed that works out for Z too.
They've been at noon usually, noon Eastern. So
Oh yes, sorry, noon. It would be noon.
okay.
Yeah.
Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. GMT.
Yeah.
Is that what you call your time zone, GMT? Or does it have like a different name?
I think technically it would be BST at the moment because it's British summertime.
Oh. What does GMT stand for? I use
Greenwich Mean Time. So in the winter we're Greenwich Mean Time, but in the summer we're British summertime.
I can't keep all that straight. That's
Right?
confusing. We should just stop changing clocks all over the world.
We should.
That is what I really want. But, you know, different conversation for a different day. Thank you very much. And we'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks for writing, and I will try and find the going away video. Okay, found it. Okay,
Bye.
see you all Saturday. Bye-bye.